Now, as I'm sure you are all aware, Xavi Hernandez has left his managerial post at Al Sadd and has returned to the Nou Camp, has made a sensational return. Now that the in-game editor is out, I'm able to test that out as an experiment here in Football Manager 2022. It's just a little bit of fun to see how things go. How will Xavi get on as a manager, not a midfield maestro, in Catalonia? But before we go any further and begin this experiment, if I could ask you to please subscribe, hit that big red button with notifications on if you have not already done so. There's going to be plenty more experiments to come. I've got a Leicester City playthrough save going on right now. There's going to be more of that, as well as tactics and tips videos too that you don't want to miss out on. Thank you very much, and let's get stuck into the video. It is currently the 10th of November in both real life and in game. Barcelona, in game however, sit 7th in the league on 23 points, which is actually 2 places better off than they do in real life. But that's sort of the best I could get them to do in terms of starting the game and being as realistic as possible. They've not won the title since 2018-2019, Real Madrid and Atletico winning it since then. Can Xavi be the man to take them back to the top of the league and be that dominant force we all know Barcelona can be? They've got a very, very good squad, let's be honest. Well, an up-and-coming squad, shall we say. They've got capable players in there still, of course. Gerard Piqué, most notably. I mean, Coutinho, Aguero, when fit. But you're looking at the future here, most importantly. Ansu Fati, Pedri, Gavi, players like that who, if they reach their full potential, which I'm going to guess they probably will do, let's be honest, they could take Barcelona back to being that dominant force that we are all used to. Things, however, not going well in the Champions League, however, for them either. Being 2 points behind Ajax in second in Football Manager, that is. Currently in second place on 6 points in real life at time of recording. But it's pretty similar in terms of how things are going in this game and in real life. It's not great. Let's see if Xavi can turn things around. Let's skip forward to the end of the season. See if he's still in the job to start with. The young manager at the end of the 2021-22 season is still in charge at the Camp Nou, most importantly. Big task for him on his hands. A fairly inexperienced manager, we all know what he could do on the pitch. Very, very different being in that dugout. How did they do this season in Xavi's first season in charge? Well, he did better than how Ronald Koeman was doing, that's for sure. He ended up guiding Barcelona to a 4th place finish, albeit just finishing ahead of Sevilla after being level on points, but they're in the Champions League. That's what's most important, given the way things are going right now in real life and however how they started in this game. It's maybe not looking so likely, but they did indeed do it, they did seal it, and Memphis Depay did also finish top goal scorer, which is quite surprising, but fair play. Will they be able to kick on next season, however, and improve on that? Stay tuned to find out. He did not do any transfer business at all. Hardly surprising, considering Barcelona's finances. What is it? $1 billion in debt. Not great, is it? But yeah. Oh boy, those young players better develop for them fast. Oh, however, the cup competitions does not make for pretty reading. They finished 3rd behind Ajax and Bayern Munich in their group in the Champions League or the Champions Cup. Bayern Munich, fair enough, probably the best team in Europe, one of the best, if not the best. Ajax, however, that is very, very, very disappointing. Wow, and they dropped into the Euro Cup and didn't even go on to win it. That is really, really poor. I wonder who they face in the final of that competition. They lost 1-0 to Lazio. Goodness gracious me, that is poor. And Depay missed a penalty. Xavi would not be happy about that. I can't envision him getting angry, but I have a feeling he probably did about that. That is horrendous. And of course, poor in the Spanish Cup too. Knocked out in the semi-final by Real Madrid. Oh, in the Super Cup. Oh my goodness. That's even worse than I originally realised. You've already clocked on to that. I hadn't. Knocked out in the 3rd round by Honda. Oh goodness me, that is bad. What? How far below are they? 2 divisions below. I've not even loaded it. Not even loaded the league in this. That is absolutely abysmal. What was their score in that game? I would love to find out. Oh dear Lord. What kind of side did they put out too? That is absolutely abysmal. They lost 2-1 away from home. Pedri did score. It's not a terrible team. It's not a terrible team. It did feature Coutinho, Pedri, Busquets, Ter Stegen in goals too. Oh wow. Ansu Fati, Dembele came off the bench, so did Frenkie de Jong. That's embarrassing, Xavi. How he's kept the job after that, I'm not quite too sure. Oh dear Lord, that is very, very poor. I can't believe that, and lost in the semi-final of the Super Cup too. But yeah, to make matters worse, the Spanish Cup was then won by arch-rivals Real Madrid, beating Bilbao in the final. Things have got to improve for Xavi. And moving forward to the end of the 2022-23 season, what was Xavi's first full season in charge of Barcelona? Well, not quite full. Something's gone very, very wrong. Xavi finds himself unemployed. Oh dear Lord, that is not great. What happened? Where has it all gone wrong for Barcelona and Xavi? When was he sacked? In 2022, before the end of the season then. Before even the turn of the year. Oh, I've got some investigating to do. I am not sure what went wrong, but he was sacked before the start of the league season, I'm maybe going to say, or very close to the start of the league season. The 28th he was sacked. Yeah, okay. I can understand why. Losing to Ponferrada, Valencia, Real Madrid, humiliation, losing 3-0, and Celta Vigo before that eventually got him a sack. A couple wins against Espanyol and Real Hispalis, Real Betis, not quite enough. Let's have a look at the transfer business. That is incredibly poor. Once again, they brought in absolutely nobody. That is not great whatsoever. Sergi Roberto and Sergi Busquets, perhaps the most notable departures. Losing his experience in such a young team was probably vital. And only getting 6 million as well. Not really eating into that depth, is it? Don't know why I said depth. It's definitely depth. I've never said that before in my life. Why have I done it now? Concerning. But anyway, it was Henrik Larsson brought in to be caretaker of Barcelona. That's interesting. 97 days in charge before Roberto Mancini guided Barcelona to 5th in the league. So he actually did worse than Xavi. I'm now interested, now that the sort of Xavi part of the experiment has ended, to see if Mancini then keeps his job going into the next season and see how he does in his first full season in charge. This has gone very, very wrong, this experiment. But it makes for interesting viewing, from my opinion anyway, in terms of what I'm finding out now. Hopefully you agree at home. If you do, please do leave a like on the video. And at the end of the 2023-2024 season, Roberto Mancini still in charge of Barcelona. Obviously, he's got better managerial attributes and things. Perhaps why he's been afforded more time. Let's have a look to see how he did in terms of competitions. They finished second. That's an improvement on poor Xavi, who this whole video was meant to be based around. Not gone to plan for the guy. Runners up in the Euro Cup again. Oh, goodness me. They are not having a good time of it. Quarter-finalists in the Spanish Cup, knocked out in the Spanish Super Cup, again by Real Madrid. How far behind were they? Just 2 points. They did run them close. Who did they lose the Super Cup to? Oh dear. Arsenal. Sergi Busquets perhaps won it. Oh goodness me. Is Busquets still on the book? That would be sore. Very, very sore. He must still be there. He is. Okay. Busquets got a winner's medal in this video. Ramos did not. I'm that shocked I just whacked the mic. That is appalling. The poor fella. I hope it goes better for him in real life than this. This helps explain things. Mancini was afforded some money to spend. 200 million, in fact, despite only making 24 million, selling players such as Dest and Alba, perhaps the most notable there. Oh goodness me, they've bought in a lot of players. None of them I recognise whatsoever. He's pretty good though, to be fair, I'll give it to him. How good are these fellas? Some of them not the best. I've not heard of any of them, I'm being honest. I probably should have, let's be fair. But yeah, okay, some of them have use, some of them not quite so great. But yeah, very, very interesting that Mancini was afforded some money to spend and Xavi was not. Will he be backed more in real life? Most likely. There's only one way we're going to find out, and that's by waiting. But if you've enjoyed this video, even though it's not quite how I thought it was going to be, please do leave a like on it. Hit subscribe with notifications on if you want to stick around for more like this. Sorry if it's a bit of a mess. My first experiment I've done in a while, but I will have one coming with Eddie Howe in charge of Newcastle. In fact, that might be out tomorrow. It'll be out this week anyway. So please do stick around for that. Ding the notification bell so you know exactly when that goes live. Please do check out my Leicester City save as well. Less of a shambles than this video. Much more enjoyable in my opinion. Thank you very much if you do so. Thank you very much for coming and checking this video out. I hope you take care.